Hey guys, Dr. 5 here with episode number 12 of our Borussia Dortmund career mode on FIFA 21 Next Gen. We're kicking off with the player of the episode as always, and you can see the man behind the blur there. He is also the player of the episode from the previous episode. He got a hat-trick in one of the games in the previous episode. If you get a hat-trick in the episode, you're more than likely going to win the player of the episode. But as we come into match day 17, it's a tough test against a Borussia Monchengladbach. Strong team, not doing too well in the league in this career mode. They are struggling down in 8th, I believe. So, not the best, really. Got some good players there. You look at there, you've got Thurman out wide, player, Zakaria, I'm not sure on the pronunciation, but you can see 8th in the table. Speaking of the league table, we will have a more in-depth look at it later in this episode. Obviously, we had the kind of little flash-up pre-game league table in the previous episode. I think many of you maybe didn't like that one. You probably prefer the in-game, in the menus, look at the table. It's probably more in-depth, so I apologise there. I thought that would do, but we will go more in-depth in the table. Take a look where everyone is and just have a little glance, see how we can progress, what can happen to us, how we'll do, and just a summary of different things. But 17 minutes into this one, the first chance is going to come Monchengladbach's way. They try and dink Berkey after a poor clearance from himself. Thankfully, though, he can get a hand on it and put it over the crossbar. And we still remain at 0-0. Both teams evenly tied in this one. It was a very difficult one, and I will say it was definitely the hardest game we played since probably Leverkusen when we lost 2-1. As we dink the ball to the back post, Jadon Sancho, Jan Sommer, I don't know what the Swiss international keeper is doing there. The ball is right at him, and he just kind of palms it down into between his own legs. Really poor, if you do ask me. And then we go and look to add another one here from the corner. Thankfully, it falls to Bellingham on the edge of the box. Goes for an audacious little strike, and unfortunately for himself, it was always rising. It was never going to dip into the top corner. And we progress further into the game. It's 38 minutes in. Obviously, we had the injury to Emre Can in the previous episode. That's why Jude Bellingham is starting in the first team. And I don't know why, but I completely forgot we had Julian Brandt. So there is going to be a crossover at some point during these next few episodes where Jude Bellingham comes back out and Julian Brandt goes into the first team as we score a second goal with Mats Hummels. It's his second goal of the season, obviously scoring against Leipzig to put us in front in that game we eventually lost. And I don't know what I'm talking about saying the Leverkusen game was the hardest one we played. The Leipzig one was definitely the hardest game we played all season. We got absolutely smashed by him. We can see the 4. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about, but Scholes whips this one across to the back post. It's a beautiful volley by Jadon Sancho. We have scored some really nice goals this season. That is definitely one of them. The first time volley by Jadon Sancho as the ball is whipped across to the back post by Nico Scholes. And we are 3-0 up in what I was saying was going to be the most difficult game in a while. We've only gone and made it 4 now, with Hudson-Odoi whipping in the cross to Jude Bellingham, the 2 Englishmen connecting with that one. But yeah, we found their weakness. It was crossing, and we scored from 3 of them. Jadon Sancho scored from 1. No, all 4 of our goals came from crossing. I do apologise. With the corner, I don't know why I didn't count the corner as a cross. But yeah, all 4 of our goals came from crossing. We found their weakness, and we took advantage of it. As they come down this one, 10 minutes remaining, and they probably scored the best goal of the game, with Thuram cutting inside past Munier, and then just dinking one. Well, it's not even a powered effort, it's more of a dinked, lobbed, knuckleball-esque goal into the top corner, past Berkey. So, yeah, definitely the best goal of the season that has been scored against us, I will say. We haven't conceded many nice goals, which is a good thing for us, obviously, but you know, when you concede a nice goal, sometimes all you can do is clap. All you can do is applaud. And that's what we did when that one went into the back of the net. As we save ourselves there, as the ball almost crosses the line. And thankfully for ourselves, we do end the game with all 3 points. And we go into some scouting reports from all of the countries we have scouting across the world. And we've got a couple of good ones, actually. And in just 2 seconds, we'll be looking at our monthly scouting report as we go into the month of January, ready for some transfers. But you can see quite a few good ones in Germany, quite a few good ones in Japan, and in Poland as well. So we're going to just look forward to that as we get the news about a couple of departments, a couple of sales hits Hazard have left. Reina, I'm not sure on the pronunciation, he's been recalled to Real Madrid because he hasn't played enough. But look at this. Look at our scouting, kind of, our squad. This man right here, Schinkel, I'm going to retrain him as a centre-back, and I will definitely say he could get into the first team at some point during this season. But we currently get third in the league table, 38 points. We're 5 points above Leipzig in fourth, 1 point behind Bayern in second, but quite amazingly, and similar to real life, Leverkusen sit top of the tree going into about the halfway point of this season. So, put your bets down below. Will we win the league this first season? Comment it down below, put your bets in, and yeah, if you don't think we'll finish first, comment down below where you think we'll finish. As we've got a bit of transfer business, we go and negotiate with the Valencia manager over the possibility of signing Yunus Musa, a American winger, 68 overall, 18 years old. Obviously, Dortmund are known for their American wingers. They brought through Christian Pulisic, who is one of the best players in the Premier League on his day. As we come into this one, negotiation terms are absolutely brilliant for ourselves. He only wants a prospect role. He accepts the 4 years that we offer him. And yeah, overall, I think it's a good signing. We've still got about 70 million left to spend, so I don't really know who we can pick up that will make this team better, because honestly, I think this team is as good as it can be right now without us going major splashing out. But we don't even need to do that, because Berkey's playing well in goal. Akanji, Hummels and Delaney are playing well at centre-back. The two wing-backs are perfect, as well as the rotation for them is perfect. The midfield is fine with Witsel, Bellingham can come in, Brandt can come in, Emre Can obviously when he's fit. The wingers, Royce, Sancho, Hudson-Odoi, Perisic if we need him. And then we got Haaland up top, and his rotation is Adeyemi, who is absolutely incredible. One of the best rotation players in the world. I said it. As we come into this one, and you can see we've still got Bellingham in the first team ahead of Julian Brandt. It's, I think, not until the next episode when we start to put him into the first team. As 15 minutes into the game, the first chance is going to look to come our way as Jadon Sancho just tries to shimmy away from Alderte. I'm not sure on the pronunciation there, but Hudson-Odoi lays it across to Erling Haaland, hits it on his right foot. And that is what I'm saying about us scoring some nice goals this season. That might not register as a nice goal for some people, but to me that is a brilliant technique by Haaland and an absolutely beautiful finish into the back of the net to put us 1-0 up in this one. As Jadon Sancho uses a fake Rabona to get past Klunter, but he does recover nicely and wins back the ball for Hertha as they're looking to come up pitch. And we actually lost to Hertha the last time we played them, if you remember. They scored in the final few minutes to flip the game on its head and make it 2-1. But just before half-time, a chance here for Montiel as he played in over the top past Delaney. Delaney charges into the back of them, and thankfully he didn't go down. And thankfully he didn't sneak that one in at the near post, as it remains at 1-0 to ourselves. But from the resulting goal kick, we're going to work our way upfield as Schultz plays his ball to Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi waits some runs to be made over by Bellingham. Bellingham waits for Hudson-Odoi to kind of repay that run, but instead goes out to Schultz, who's just going to stop, whip it across to the back post, and Erling Haaland is there, knocks it home. Or so I thought. I really thought that I'd crossed the line before Hudson-Odoi tapped it into the back of the net. And that is his first goal in the Bundesliga this season. So well done to Hudson-Odoi on scoring his first league goal of the season. As we're 2-0 up, we're cruising at this point. We now just need to kind of add more goals, because I want to break the goal scoring record in the Bundesliga, whatever it is. I've not looked it up yet, but I want to break it. And we're on good track. I think we've scored 50 odd goals this season already, and we're only halfway through. So we've got a good chance of breaking it. But you can see chances are still coming our way this late into the game, as Dahoud, who's come on at this point, again, he's another rotational player I didn't even mention, who is just as good as the boys when he plays on the pitch. As Jadon Sancho charges away from Klunter, he's got men at the back post in Bellingham, who tucks it into the back of the net. The two Englishmen working together, not for the first time in this episode. Obviously, the last time it was Hudson-Odoi and Bellingham. This time it's Jadon Sancho and Bellingham, but he is getting his name on the score sheet once again. And we're now 3-0 up. We make some substitutions. We bring on Yunus Musa for Jadon Sancho, making his debut with 10 minutes to go. And all I can do is apologise at this point to him, because literally nothing happened in those final 10 minutes. I'm not even sure he touched the ball. So apologies for the lacklustre debut for him. But we do pick up all 3 points, we do score 3 goals, and we do go into the January deadline day. But before we go there, we play Leverkusen, who sit top of the table. That will be in the next episode, as we accept an offer for Reina to go out on loan to Lazio in the Serie A for 6 months. But yeah, next episode, Leverkusen, a top of the table clash, and deadline day. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you have, please like, subscribe, and peace.